What's up, y'all? It is trading day. Backtested with Bella. So before I start my video, I always just start my video and get straight into the point. But tonight, I want to ask you guys, if you like my video, can you please subscribe, comment, and like so you can put me in the YouTube algorithm? There's been a lot of viewers on my videos and nobody has been subscribing. So I need everybody to subscribe if you like my video and if you like me as a person. So yeah, let's start the video like that. Today we are going to cover 3 things. I am going to go over what is liquidity, what is a breakup structure, and what is a fair value gap in the market. And we're also going to do some type of back testing so I can show you guys examples of everything. Shit, I'm messing up stuff. This was supposed to be float on top. I don't know why it's not floating on top. So it's float on top now. I'm gonna make this smaller so you guys can see everything I'm doing on my screen. I am also on Zoom with my trading partner, Jay. So he's here joining me tonight, just making a video. What stock should I back test?
SPX.
I back test it all the time. We'll do SPX just because I love SPX. Even though I always back test that. I always back test SPX. So SPX. You guys know I'm going to be back testing a video every day. As you guys can see, I added some new things to my chart regarding the Strat. I added some Strat combos just so I can see it more clearly during the intraday and when I'm trading in the live market. And I'll probably do a video next week just going over a live trade like I like to do. So getting straight into it, we're going to get into replay mode. I'm going to take that off real quick. I'm going to back up on a 2-minute chart. Just make this smaller so you guys can see my whole screen. That's the smallest it can go. Let's move that real quick. I gotta put auto into my screen. Got you to take Alright, so I'm going to be backing up real far to the point where I can't remember. All my back tests are 100% real. Whatever I'm doing on this back test, it's no replay. Well, it's replay, but it ain't no second takes on this. So whatever I'm doing, I don't want to remember really. So I'll start from here. I'm just here to show you guys 3 examples of what is liquidity in the market, what is a breakup structure, and a fair value gap. All smart money ICT concepts, and we will be using some of the Strat entries and exits. Starting here from the 2-minute chart, August 23rd, sorry, around 1 p.m. So what I will do is go to the daily chart. Oh, let me clear my chart because I was already back testing. I will go to the daily chart. I will mark the high and the low of the day. And then also I'll just change these colors to a brighter color because I can't see. Brighter color. Let's put the same color. So that is the high and the low of the day. So the low was at 41.25. The high was at 41.61. Now I'll go down to the 4-hour chart. As you guys can see, it is at a critical level right here. It is at a critical zone. So here, this is a clear example of liquidity. liquidity is equal highs and equal lows in the market. Another way, if you wanted to dumb it down, you can possibly look at it like support and resistance in the market. So here in this point, bam, bam. Somewhat equal lows in the market. This is liquidity in the market. So I'll put this here. Where I put this line here at 411, 4112, sorry. That's a break of structure. That's a break of structure, but I'll get more into that later about break structure. Here we're just talking about liquidity. So here this has a possibility to go to the upside or to go down to the downside. If I'm looking at the market just from here, it was at a, this is the swing high. It rejected off the swing high and it looks like it wants to go lower. So I will definitely be looking for this to go lower in the market. We'll see. We'll see if it breaks or if it doesn't break. I'll put a text. This here is sell side, buy side liquidity. Actually, this is sell side liquidity. This is where you put sales at. I am not a financial educator or I am not a financial advisor. If you guys don't even like the way I'm explaining this, please go and reference to the ICT Inner Circle Trading on YouTube. This is where I learn everything from. So here's sell side liquidity. Put a money symbol. Down here at the bottom. Up here is buy side liquidity. Buy side liquidity. So here is not really a clear setup for me. I kind of want to see how this interact in the market. So right now, this is 9:30, August 23rd. Let's see how this goes. If you go down to the hour chart, this is an inside candle. I do not trade inside candles. Inside candles on the Strat are indecisive. So I'm looking for a clear setup before entry. You guys can see why I would not enter a trade yet. It's just pretty much consolidating. It's not really making a real move. Maybe on the lower time frames, it's not a real move. There, down, back up, could possibly go back down. It's not a real move for me. So right here, I am just being patient. I am not in no trade. So this is all on the 15-minute chart. Here, this is a break of structure. Looking to take out liquidity to the upside. So on a 15-minute chart, I'm noticing here it was a break of structure at this black line, 41.56. It broke from this area. Broke from this area over here. Break to the upside. So it's going to buy side liquidity. My targets would be for here. That would be my first target. I won't put my second target too far. I'll put my second target here. A lot of times with gaps, you want to be careful because you don't know if it's exactly going to like trick people. Like sometimes there'll be a break of structure and you'll think it's going to the upside, but then it really shoots back down. So you want to be careful whenever you're trading gap fills. There is a gap fill right here, so I am being very careful. I'm not calling anything in this moment. I am just watching the market and seeing how the market reacts. So back to here, that was a break of structure from this area. I want to see these two targets get taken out. If it's going to fill the gap, I'm not sure. All right, so those two gaps got taken out. Whenever there's a break of structure, there's usually a run up afterwards, but then there's like sometimes, most times, a run back down to the opposite side. So here, this, if it's not passing here, it is not a safe entry for gaps. I don't play gaps. I don't like gaps for real. So here it looks to be going back to the downside. As you guys can see, just clearing my chart again, there's another break of structure on the 15-minute chart. This red line right here at 41.67 is a break of structure in the market. It means it broke a swing high. So a break of structure is basically breaking a swing high or a swing low. So clearly it was going to the upside, back to the downside, broke the swing high. So looks like it wants to go down into the fair value gap, which we will also be talking about today, but I'm going to talk about that in a few minutes. So going back to the hour chart just to draw some levels, I cleared my chart, so let me just go to the 4-hour chart also and draw the high and low of the day. So there. I want to see how this reacts. So this. Back down to the 30-minute, it was a 2 up, 2 failed up, 2 down. Could possibly be going back to 41.48. Let's see. So somewhat close to 41.48 and went to a low of 41.53. So you would have got in from here. Well, you would have got in from here. From a close of 41.76 all the way down to 41.53. It's not exactly going to that line to the bottom. This camera is a little bullish candle. It's like a lot of buyers on this candle, so I'll be holding it, just watching it, and then it also looks like it's going back above the breaker structure. Could possibly be going back to the upside. Going down to a lower time frame, I'll be able to see things more clear. Right here, I am not calling anything. I am just watching in the market to see how it reacts. So right here, it is at 4,200. clearly looking like it wants to fill the gap. If I was going to play any gap fill, because I've been clapped plenty of times in gaps, I would wait until it get 50% through. I'm not playing shit in between because I'm just not too sure about gaps. Gaps are really tricky for me. And this here is why I don't play gaps. So this is the day from Jerome Powell. I know exactly what's going to happen on this day. So during a replay, it doesn't even make sense for me to finish this because I know exactly what's going to happen. The previous days, I kind of forgot what happened and the momentum of everything that was going on. So I'll just stop there and I'll explain what is a fair value gap real quick before I end the video. So a fair value gap is basically a gap in between the wicks of a candlestick. It basically means that there was an imbalance in the chart, like it quickly moved up. It was unfair. It didn't allow buyers or sellers to really get in because it was just moving so fucking fast. So this will be considered a fair value gap. As you guys can see, I already have fair value gaps on my chart. I got a special indicator for it, but I'll just mark it so you guys can see it. A fair value gap is a gap in between the wicks. So usually wicks always overlap each other. That's a balanced market. Whenever you see a gap in between the wicks, meaning that it was a gap and then a whole bunch of body and then another gap, that's considered a fair value gap. A body in between the wicks. So usually, like I said, the wicks usually overlap each other. That is a balanced market. Right here, this is an imbalance in the market. Usually imbalances get filled, but that is a topic for a whole nother day. So tonight we went over what is liquidity, the break of structure, and we also went over, very briefly, fair value gaps in the market. And if you guys are still confused, like I said, you guys can reference back to the Inner Circle Trader because that is where I learned everything from. I am not a financial educator. I'm just here talking about what I be doing in the market and some things that be helping me. And I had a commenter that asked me what is liquidity, so that's why I even just made a whole video about it tonight. So if you guys like my video, please subscribe to my video and yeah, put me in the YouTube algorithm because that's what I really want. So good night. I will have another video tomorrow.